good morning, everybody. This is Kristaline back with another spiritual video. Today is December 18, 2019. It is 9:40 something a.m. Excuse my hair, guys. Okay, so today I wanted to come on here to talk about what led me to the spiritual journey and where I came from and things like that. Like a little background about me. I want to be open as I can be. I don't hide anything. I just want to let you guys know I'm just like you. I have a past. Okay. So, start off with my childhood. As a child, I was born in August on a Saturday. On a Saturday, and I was a very sick child. Around, as a infant, going on to toddler years and things like that in elementary school. I was very sick. I had really bad seizures to the point I have this hump right here on my back. If I stand up, you can see the hump. It sticks out. It bothered me now as I got older. I fell out the chair. It's like I had really bad seizures. So I fell out the chair or I fall. You know how seizures come about. So I had really bad asthma. I'm in and out the hospital. Things like that. In elementary school, I really don't remember much about being young, toddler, infant stages. I really don't remember that. But as a child, I was always to myself. I always was quiet. People call me a weirdo. They'll say weird or shy or things like that. My kids take after me every bit. Because their dad is not like that. Their dad was outgoing, talkative. Me, I am quiet. Always have been. I don't have social problems. I don't consider myself antisocial. It just I can sense when someone don't like me. Okay, I can sense that. So elementary school, in and out the hospital. I was mostly in the hospital than in school. Especially in the third grade. I was always in and out the hospital. Fourth grade, in and out the hospital. Fifth grade, I can say that, I was okay. I always got bullied. I always got picked on. I always got talked about. To this day, same thing. It bothered me as a child. It really bothered me that I didn't fit in. But I always knew I was different. I always felt like I was chosen to do something. But I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't put my finger on it why or what is wrong with me. I couldn't put my finger on it at the time. I just didn't know. But I just didn't seek out or go out or do anything spiritually when I was younger. I always felt connected to Jesus. I always felt connected to Source. I always felt that, feeling. It's like a knowing. So, it's like I felt different and things like that. In third grade, I had this teacher who thought she was all of that. You get one of those teachers that think they all of that, and she used to always mess with me. When I say mess with me, she always used to pick on me. If I didn't know something, she would keep bothering me, and to the point that it made me cry. And she had to phone my grandma, and I was telling my grandma that I'm just sick of her. I'm tired of her. She made me stay after school to learn certain things. I always felt that school wasn't important to me. I always felt like school was just a waste of my time. At an early age, I felt like school wasn't even important. Some people, it may be important, but I feel like school here in this matrix was not to me. So I had the same teacher in 3rd grade and in 5th grade. I'm like, dang, I can't get rid of this wench. Like, ugh. Got her again in 5th grade. Why? So I went on to 6th grade. That's when I basically got bullied there. I was still trying to find myself. I attracted like the people that they consider weird, the outcast people. I always attract those people. Um, I was trying to fit in. You could say I was trying to be like I wanted to be that, popular like any other child. I want to be popular, but it didn't happen. People just seem not to react to me, or they seem not to understand, or they seem like I was just weird, or I was quiet, or they can, you know, just bully me and talk about me and just use me at an early age. So after middle school, there's high school. High school, um, that's when I got my first boyfriend, things like that. Got my first boyfriend. He was a dog, which he was older than me. He was a dog. Found out that he was cheating on me. I didn't take that well. In reality, I wasn't even into boys at that time. I didn't even know anything about boys. I wasn't into boys like that. I was raised by like a one-parent household. Like I had my dad, but first it was my grandma. But she got sick and she couldn't take care of us. So me and my brother had to go to my dad and stay with him full time. Then I got my first boyfriend. He broke my heart and all this other stuff. Cheated on me. Find that out. That's when I started to be rebellious. I dropped out of school in the 10th grade. Dropped out of school because, like I told you guys not too long ago, that I feel like school is just a waste of my time. I don't feel like I fit in school. Some people get school. Some people understand school. Some people fit in school. Congratulations to you. I hope that you'll accomplish everything that seeking. But me, it's not for me. But it's like I didn't fit in anywhere. So I dropped out in 10th grade. Got the boyfriend, cheated on me, broke my heart, all this other stuff. When I felt I hit rock bottom. When I say rock bottom, meaning when I was about 16, I couldn't take this mess anymore. Like, I just couldn't take it. I just got sick of it. Feel like I wanted to commit suicide, so I had like a lot of suicide attempts, but never was successful. I tried it with the butcher knife, tried to cut my wrist. That's when my grandma passed. Like, I couldn't handle that too well. I didn't handle that too well. And it wasn't even windy outside. Like, when I had the butcher knife for to do it, this leaf, beautiful leaf, just fell. Boom, right on my arm. And it's like, I knew what it meant. Like, I knew what it meant telling me not to do it. I knew what it meant. And it was crazy how it came on me like that, and I already knew it told me not to do it. I drunk rubbing alcohol before, and it wasn't successful. I just went to sleep. It's like around that time I could not handle tragic things like heartbreak. I never experienced heartbreak until then. My first heartbreak, and then plus I lost my V card to that person. So it's like, ugh, So when I got 19, that's when I had my first son. I never dealt with my issues, guys. Like, I never knew how to deal with my issues without having a mom. Couldn't talk to anybody. My family. I feel like I didn't even belong in the family that I have. I know some people probably can relate to that. Like, you feel so weird that you don't even feel like you compatible with any of your family members. I don't even feel like I'm supposed to be there. Like, I feel like I was just put there. You know what I'm saying? And My dad, he's a Christian. Back then he wasn't, but he's a Christian now. And my grandma, she was a Baptist, I think. She was Baptist. And of course, she had us going, before we moved with my dad, she had us going to church. I'm telling you guys, I did not, I know it's always itch. I never felt right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel like I belonged there, in that church. Any church, for that matter, I just feel like I don't belong there. Because you are the church. You have the church and truth inside of you. I just felt weird, this whole matrix. Like, I always felt weird. I felt weird in the church. I didn't feel like I fit in with my family. And I got talked about everywhere. I got talked about, I joined the choir. Got talked about with families. Got talked about in school. Got talked about when I got grown. Talk about now. It's like, but I want you guys to know, don't worry about what somebody got to say about you, because you could be doing so great. You could be doing bad. You could be doing okay. They gonna still talk about you. Jesus have ascended to being something, ascended master, doing what he needs to do. Guess what? He's still getting talked about to this day. Okay? So, don't worry about what somebody got to say about you. Don't worry about you don't fit in school. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Don't let nobody run your life. I'm telling you this from experience, okay? I'm telling you this stuff from experience. Because I've been there. So I had my first kid when I was 19. And then when I got in my 20s, I had my second son. And then I had my third son. But I never fixed my issues. All my issues came from my childhood. Not having a mom. And I had my first kid. She wasn't there. Things like that. I don't think I ever healed from that. You know what I'm saying? I told her I forgive her, from spazzing out, because I was turned to drugs, tried to suppress anger. I tried recreational drugs, drinking, and things like that. And when, only thing that does is just suppress your anger. It just put it deeper and deeper and deeper inside your subconscious mind. It's hiding what you're going through instead of bringing it out. And then after that, I had multiple relationships, of course, and all of them was not successful. Some of the relationships I went through, it was just because I didn't want to be alone. But nobody understood me. Until now. I see a lot of people going through exactly the same things I have went through or am going through. I see that a lot of people going through exactly the same thing. So now I don't feel alone. And then I still haven't fixed, my issues. Because I always have my children. It's like it's time. So I'm just taking my time with it. Because I want to get better. I want to be a better parent. I want to be a better mom, a better friend, a better sister, a better daughter, a better spiritual leader. Because I don't want, this stuff to pop up on me again. I want to be, healed. So, now it's like it was a day that I just was kind of frustrated. Now, let me go back. I always believed in God. Okay, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about the Creator. There's multiple gods. Okay, it's multiple gods that people pray to. I'm talking about the man who made everything. The man who created you. the man who created me. I'm talking about the Creator. I always believed in him, but I really haven't heard him talk to me before until I got until my ex brought me this pill. I didn't know what the pill was. I think I did a video about that. He brought me a pill, and I took it. It ain't doing nothing. I'm good. I'm gonna go lay down and go to sleep. No. All the thing drugs do is lift the veil. Okay? It lifts the veil. That's what it does. When I say lift the veil, because right now, your spirit eyes are closed. Some of them are open, which is your third eye. I ain't gonna say eyes. I'm gonna say eye. It's closed. When you do drugs, it opens. Okay? Because you now see what is really around you. Okay? When you do drugs, your eye is open and you actually see what is around you. So, I didn't know this stuff was affecting me, right? Until I seen what I seen. My ex was in the bathroom and I was laying down, and it was two demons that came in. Two entities. One had an oxygen mask with an oxygen tank and this book. The other one was really big, guys. Like, he was the one that really scared me because he was huge. He was about 10 feet tall, 13 feet tall. And to the point he was so tall, he had to bend down to get in my door. And the other guy, he had this black book in his hand, and he opened it, and he was sitting in it. You know how them pastors have this little stand or whatever they put their Bible on? He had one of those with this black book, and he was like, and he didn't say anything. But the tall, big one said, he told me to come kill you. He told me to come kill you. He told me to come destroy you. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Mind you, my eyes are open. These physical eyes was open, but I didn't know this was open as well. I didn't know at that time about chakras. I didn't know about solar plexus, third eye. I didn't know about your higher self, your earth star. I didn't know about none of that stuff. I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know nothing about none of that stuff. So, I always felt my ex was my protector. And what I seen happen to me was crazy, okay? The tall demon came around and he tried to kill me, actually. He had like this you know, the Grim Reaper had this sword thing. He had that, and he tried to kill me. But he was like half man and half animal. Animal up here, bed at the bottom. And my ex spirit came and stopped him. And then a voice came, which was God, the Creator. And I would never forget that. And I thanked him so much for helping me with that, because he said, you want me to get you out of there? And I told him, yeah. And I started singing a song that I had no clue what song it was. I was singing it like I do it. So, that was that. And then, it's like, I started my journey. Let me go back. I realized how hard it is to raise a child that they say has a disability. My son don't have a disability. My son is just special. So, it's hard to raise somebody else that have a hard time. My other phone was ringing. It is difficult, especially when I didn't fix my own problems. how can I help somebody out? I'm not helping myself. So I was dealing with my own problems, my own emotions. I didn't have no support system. I had to raise my children basically on my own. 3 boys on my own, and then still trying to deal with my problems. Find out they say by science intellectual disability. Somebody else said he have ADHD, but I'm saying he's special. He don't have anything. He's just a starseed. They always label starseeds as bipolar or have a disability, but he doesn't. So now they try to say that my middle son, which is 11, has a touch of autism. He's just a starseed. That's all. So I came a long way from doing drugs and drinking to suppress my anger, heartache, drama, fighting, fussing with my family, not fitting in, bullied, talked about, still is, and try to deal with 3 boys who they say has autism, and not fixing me. I try to fix myself where they're going, and I don't want them to see me cry and stuff, because meditation can get really deep to the point that all this stuff come out. But sometimes you can't control your emotions. Sometimes it's very hard and difficult for you to do so. That's how I got here. It was just one day I was just so aggravated and I was frustrated for some apparent reason. And I'm like, someone just told me to meditate. I'm like, oh, let me go meditate. I got so into that meditation. So into meditate. I did it. I was doing it. All that type of stuff. My phone froze up, guys, so I had to see if it was working. So I was like, oh, I like this. I like this. It helps me get out this anger and sadness and depression, which it did. So that's what made me start this spiritual journey, because religion wasn't for me. Church isn't for me. Church is for other people who likes it. I am love. I am light. I am knowledge. You are too, if you take the time out to figure things out. Okay, guys, I took 23 minutes of your time. I hope you like this video. Make sure you hit that bell, hit the thumbs up. Also, also subscribe, like this video, turn your post notifications on so you don't miss another video. Also, spread love, light, and knowledge. That's my new thing. Spread whatever you know to help someone else, because you never know what a person is going through. Remember, you are a co-creator, and also this channel is called the Deberry Family. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn your post notifications over there so you don't miss another video. Love you guys. Bye.